Quick goals, but if we just have a look at this, Donny Holmes fails to bend his knees.
Don Langsford.
Sorry, Don Langsford.
Donny would feel a bit stiff.
He can't bend his knee, he's injured.
Chaplin, his first goal of the afternoon, 122 to 111, approaching 6 minutes in the final term. Bounce from umpire Cooper. Clean possession to Foley. The hand pass was too strong. Robinson. It almost been a free kick there to the Swans player who was taken to ground. That was Fitzgerald. Meantime, Mifka shows the presence of mind to give it to Darren Buick. Out it comes to Binder. Binder goes out wide. Warwick's got it to Foley. Brilliant football, West Perth. Foley tries to be a little too clever. On the half volley, it comes to Stevens. Inside 50. Mark Stevens pulls it down towards full forward. One-out contest off the hands of Tom Malooly, and through it goes for a behind.
Well, I think it's going to be who's the fittest side. And Paul Mifka's going back onto Big Mick Johns.
Well, what happened was they pulled out Robinson to centre-half forward. He came on for Holmes, and obviously John Todd is anxious to get Mifka out of the firing line, and Mifka's gone back as West Perth go forward through Corey Buick. Kick goes down towards full forward, and drifting back, Cope has taken the mark. Well, Mifka can't be left in the back pocket, obviously. John Wynn's got to react now and pull Mifka back up to centre-half back to Mark Fitzgerald, if nothing else. Meantime, Swans bring it out of defence, and the mark is taken in midfield for Swan Districts by Richardson. This is Langsford. Up from half-back, he kicks towards half-forward. Fitzgerald in front of Binder takes the mark. Mifka languishing in the goal square at the moment. Fitzgerald chips it across. Kimberley gets a bad bounce and Fong comes away. Darren Buick's got it now. Poor football, Swans. Warwick on the burst. West Perth looking good. Warwick puts the ball into the path of Bradmore. Superb disposal. And Bradmore's taken the mark on the 50-metre line. Lil wants it, and or Darren Buick. Darren Buick takes the mark.
And a courage mark too, because he didn't know what was behind him, but having West Perth opened up in superb fashion in this last quarter, he really had to stretch backwards for that, Darren Buick, with a chance to kick his second goal for the game.
Goal here will make it tough for Swan Districts. Not a good kick from Darren Buick. Swans defending. They've got a chance to bring it away. Malooly run down by Nelson from behind, but not before he got the hand pass out. Renfrey's got it now on the outer side. Renfrey driving towards centre wing. Needs a spoil from Munns to get it forward. Richardson did well out there. Crashing into the pack, Robinson. Richardson held without it. Comes to Bell. Claimed from behind by Cormack. Robinson goes in. Gets a hand pass at close quarters to Penny. Cormack trying to crash his way through. Still it's Cormack. Was he held without it by Foley? Not according to the umpire. Hand pass comes across to Langsford. Langsford fires it down towards half-forward. Pack into the air off the hands of Sidebottom. Who's got the pace on the ground? Binder. Thanks to a good shepherd from Les Fong. Binder pops the ball out wide to Lil. Bad bounce. The West Perth players let one man come and beat the ball. Inspirational stuff by Gray. Blanketed off the boot of Skorowski, taken by Lil to Bush Jones. Bush Jones on centre wing buys Binder into trouble. It's taken now by Renfrey. Renfrey slow to release the ball. Skorowski's got it. Drives it down to the pocket. Mifka from behind couldn't take the mark. Off hands Fitzgerald to Sidebottom. Sidebottom goes goal when he should have hand passed. He should have given the ball over the top. A man was free. That was Robinson.
Well, what superb football by Robbie Gray. He was the player that set up that scoring opportunity, and he's done it more than once today.
Happened in front of John Wynn. He would have had his heart in his mouth. Munns kicks in grandstand side. Well done by Penny. Fong claimed from behind. Darren Buick does well to knock it out to Mifka. Penny playing like a man inspired, going from one to the next like a pinball man. Comes across towards this man Turley. Turley breaks away from half-back. Bush Jones has got the mark. Bush Jones very indecisive. Where will he go? Kicks it long towards half-forward, straight down the throat of Satori, who misjudged his leap but still took the mark.
Sydney of the Bush.
Bush Jones. Satori at centre half-back. There's life in Swans yet. Bear in mind they led by 17 points at half-time, West Perth. They kicked the first 2 goals of the third term, and Swans came storming back at them. Will it happen again? Langsford towards half-forward. Waiting behind is Caton. Needs support. Took too long. Fong claimed from behind. Fitzgerald has had an inspired second half. He's claimed too. Mugovan is dragged to the ground by Caton and is penalised. And players of both sides giving their utmost at the moment. This is inspirational stuff.
Magnificent exhibition of football. Both these sides have wanted the ball all day. That's all they've had in mind.
Kevin Caton too far out to score. Drives long towards full forward. It's all West Perth at the fall of the ball. Getting back is Bell. Right on the goal line is Brendan Bell. Will chip this side. Now he goes for distance instead. Kevin Caton tried to get across and spring. Fong was going. So said the umpire. Bush Jones, the hand pass to Gastiv. Gastiv is claimed by Gray, who's a very good player. He's getting a free kick, Gastiv. Well, I thought he was in the process of hand passing the ball.
Well, he did hand pass, and I think Gray's kept hold of him afterwards.
Fong's got it. Fong goes down towards half forward. The ball bending away from Phil Bradmore down there. It pitches and goes out of bounds.
So West Perth lead by 11 points. And we're at the 11-minute mark.
Can Swans muster another charge? They've come from behind most of the day today. Satori wins it wide. Gaster. It's been the superior pace of West Perth that has caused the problems for Swans. It's been the size of Swans generally that's got them back into it, and the endeavour as the ball goes out of bounds in that pocket yet again. Well, it's a luxury having Paul Mifka standing in the goal square. There's a master stroke by Wyndham moving to centre half back initially as Gastiv grabs the ball, boots down towards full forward. Nelson and Maluli. No mark taken. Maluli will be content, I think, to run it out of bounds. No, he didn't. He gets it across to Hetherington. Hetherington gets a deflection. Luckily for him, that goes back to Maluli. This is Kimberley. Where have they got spare men? Not too many up ahead of the play. Kimberley goes for distance towards the outer side. Bell brilliantly. Knocked away, though, by Penny. Robbed of the ball by Foley. Foley tries to get it to Warwick. Warwick a hand pass to Darren Buick. He kept his cool brilliantly, did Warwick. Darren Buick's kick's not a particularly good one. Coming to meet the ball is Hetherington. Hetherington tries to get around the traffic. He's run down from behind by Buick. Gets his second chance. Tries to get it out to support. Coming through his Cope. High up and under. Back towards centre field. Bell coming down with Robinson. Neither of them got a hand to it. Robinson's got the ball, claimed by one arm. Scrambles a kick to half forward. Fitzgerald, Munn stands in his way. Munn's to Binder. He swung to ground. Comes across towards Foley. Crashing through his Cormac. Chance for Fong. Fong gets a hand pass across to Darren Buick. Twisting and turning like an eel. He gets out of trouble. Kicks back towards the outer side. It hits Stevens on the head. It runs free to Gastiv. Gastiv, one bounce. Two bounces. Steadies. From 35 metres, John Gastiv puts it through. Back in the centre. Cormac comes away for Swans. Long to the forward line. Side bottom. Had 5 goals in the first half. Has added only 1. Muggavan's got it now. Breakers to the outer side. Warwick leads the charge out there. Needs a kind bounce. It was an unkind one. Richardson first back for Swans. Swans getting out of their depth, though, as Richardson chips in short and finds Kimberley. 17 points the difference. Kimberley centres the ball, but straight to Les Fong, who drops the mark. Cormac taken around the neck.
I was just going to say that Les Fong has done some superb work today in defence, mainly in defence. He's read the play very well.
Cormac, like a sneak thief, goes on and kicks a goal while Les Fong was debating the point with umpire Cooper.
Well, that's great initiative shown then by Joe Cormac, and that's his 4th goal. You know, for a player, here we have it. Les, you would have thought that he'd held that. But young Cormac has just taken the ball and kicked Swan District's 18th goal. They moved to 18 goals, 10, 118. Trail West Perth 19, 15, 129, and we've played 15 minutes.
Back in the centre, 11 points the difference. Robinson, Swans, as they've done all day, are coming back at West Perth again. Kimberley. Kimberley needs to kick it. 40 metres out, Barry Kimberley. It's another one to Swans.
Well, John Todd would be mighty proud of the Swan District's players today. They've just kept on keeping on. They've trailed West Perth on most occasions, and 2 quick goals to Swan District's really makes a game of this. They only trail by 5 points.
Well, let's talk about John. When he had the foresight to move Mifka to centre half back, he did a wonderful job on Satori, but now he's standing in the goal square. There he is.
And he's freezing.
Yeah.
He might as well just... It's unbelievable.
He needs to get him on the ball now because he's the player that could be the catalyst. Darren Buick gets it to brother Corrie. Through the centre he comes. Brilliant kick, finds Chaplin. Chaplin 50 metres out. This will test him. He's not a long kick. Nelson on the burst. That's the direction the kick takes. Maluli in close attendance. No mark taken. Ball spills free. Away comes Penny. 124 to 129. West Perth lead. Shocking kick from Penny. Chance for Fong. Closing on him was Gutwein. It comes across to Hetherington. He's penalised for holding the ball.
Well, the pressure's just like a first quarter. It's been on all day.
This has been a marvellous game of football as Fong fires into the forward line. Big pack into the air. Satori, splendid mark.
He glided for that one.
Shades of the state game as he feeds the ball across to the run of Langsford. Skwarowski is confronted. Gets it to Gray. He's a fine one-touch player as Gray. Back to Langsford. Uncharacteristic blemish from him. Now a chance for Gazdiv. He's claimed by Gray. The ball spills out of bounds.
I'd agree with you. Robbie Gray has really matured in this game. Shows a lot of class and poise.
West Perth lead by 5 points. 16.5-minute mark at the final term. Satori wins it down. Away comes Renfrey. Renfrey, hurried kick towards centre field. Coming down is Robinson. Takes the mark in his chest. Runners to either side. Uses the ball out wide. Cormac's got the run of it. Fong is coming to meet him. It's 2-on-1. Cormac over the ball to be penalised for holding it, surely. There was no support.
No, the player closest was Gray, but he was puffing and huffing.
There goes the kick from Bush Jones. Foley, up he goes, takes the good mark. In fact, the West Perth player knocked it away from him. Gazdiv back to Foley. Claimed by Gray. Great tackle, young fellow. Head down, intent on playing the tackle there. The ball comes out of that pack from Skwarowski and it's taken by Penny. Penny down towards half-forward side. He's in front. Mugovan over the top. Couldn't take the mark. Side bottom, the better recovery. He's at centre half-forward. He's too far out to score. Pulls it back, looking for the big fellow Johns, who's bundled out of it. Must get a kick.
Well, the pressure's really on, isn't it? And Mick Johns, let's have a look at it here.
He's approaching that mark, Johns. You don't see him, actually. He was approaching it like Dwight Stones going for a high jump.
And he has been given a big shove in the back. So this can get Swan Districts in the lead by 1 point. If Mick Johns can kick this goal. What's he like shooting for goals?
Not so hot. It's a behind.
Well, they must lock it in, Swan Districts. They can't afford that ball to get out of this forward line.
Watch the outer side at about right half back. There goes the break, and now it's Mifka. Ball put in his path. Good kick there from Munns. John's getting back on Mifka, though. That's the area that West Perth leave open. Battling for it is John. Spills back into the pack, Kimberley. He breaks away, it is Kimberley. Comes back towards full forward. Cormac and Munns. Side bottom, almost the mark. Deep in the pocket, side bottom. Left foot. Miracle goal if he's got it. No, it's a behind.
What an action-packed quarter, and it's been just like the previous three.
Munns.
Been a magnificent attitude shown by players from both sides.
Ooh, not a good kick, but he finds Binder.
It's a courageous kick, isn't it? So short.
Yeah, Binder in the back pocket. Grandstand side, Gazdiv and Hetherington. Hetherington does well. That's all you needed. Discipline in that situation. Get a fist, tie it up, let the people come back and contest. 3 points the difference. Just a tick over 19 minutes played, final term. Claremont have a big lead, a 45-point lead at the present time over Perth. These sides back in contention. At least the winner will be tonight. Swans can keep their hopes alive. West Perth can move closer. Gutwein hooks it down towards full forward. Fitzgerald, who's been a thorn in the side of West Perth all day, drops the mark. Crashing into him, Mugovan. Umpire Cooper wants a bounce.
And you'll be pleased to know that Mifka's been shifted onto Fitzgerald at long last.
Took a while to come. Still, that's good from West Perth's point of view.
Not a Swans player in the square.
Off hands, knocked out of the air by Mugovan, taken by side bottom, feeds it back to Kimberley. Has he got the range? Kimberley from about 50 metres, high kick, drifting back is Fitzgerald, coming over the top Lil, couldn't take the mark. Corey Buick, deep in his own defensive area, scrambles it towards the boundary. Can Lil control it? No, he can't. Johns is battling with him. Mifka close to the boundary line, feeds it back for support. Corey Buick, not a good kick, over the head of Kimberley though, bounces obligingly for Gazdiv. Look at the determination on his face as he brushes aside a tackle and uses the ball brilliantly to the outer side and finds Bradmore. Bradmore, the defensive side of right centre wing. West Perth lead at 19-15 to 19-12. Bradmore drives around the outer side. In front is Foley. Over the top, Satori fisting towards the boundary line will have a throw in.
Well, I'm sure Swan Districts would have liked to have been a little bit more efficient with the ball locked in their forward line for so long then.
Satori and Foley doing the ruck work out there. Satori hooks it backward of the pack, but only as far as Darren Buick. Not a good kick. Robbed of the ball by Langsford of West Perth. It comes to Gutwin in centre field. The youngster playing his first game, a little indecisive, goes for distance eventually. Long kick, but Munn should mark uncontested and does. On the outer side, Corey Buick is free. That's the direction the kick takes. Runner moving for him is Warwick. He'll go to Warwick now. Warwick has the ball on centre wing. Fong is on for the next short one with Stevens dropping back into open space. He will choose neither at this stage. He will slow it down.
Excellent switch in play by Munns.
Warwick hugging the boundary line around the outer side, looking for Bradmore. Superb mark taken by Cope, drifting in from the side.
Most probably the only time in this game that Cope has outmarked Bradmore.
21.5 minutes gone. West Perth lead by 3 points. A loss today to West Perth would make it very difficult for them. Turley takes the mark on the outer side. Had a very good first quarter, Craig Turley. Foley leads. He ignores that. He kicks it high. In fact, Foley having to go back now and contest. Couldn't take the mark. Needs a lucky bounce to either one of these two sides. Ferreted out of the pack by Swans. Langsford is there. The hallmark of experience as he finds Richardson on the outer side. Richardson wants to play on. Kimberley is free. Kimberley was gone and is gone, if you don't mind. And there's going to be a bounce.
Ooh, he was lucky to get away with it, I thought.
Well, just imagine both these coaches, their season is riding on what is now going to be less than 10 minutes. Swans are gone if they lose this, and West Perth will have it very, very tough because they've got a hard run home to end the round. They've got the top sides to come. Gastiff tries to ferret it out of the pack. Robinson's over the ball. Still it's Robinson. Hand passes to his side's advantage. Brendan Bell's got some zip. So is Kimberley. They confront each other on the outer side. It's a standoff. Bell tries to get it to Fong. Robbing him. The ball was Langsford. Langsford pops it down towards full forward. Waiting behind Fitzgerald. Got a very unkind bounce. Chance for Swan still. Fitzgerald spins. He's claimed from behind by Turley. Goes to ground. Umpire Cooper didn't know what to do. He's going to bounce it.
He did not know what to do. And I think he tried to strangle himself.
Well, would you know what to do in this situation? He's bounced it, so I suppose that was the best decision, but he seemed to be a hurried man as he went across there. Going around the outer side is Mifka. Lays the ball off into the path of Fong. Fong goes to Chaplin. Chaplin on the outer side with runners inside will go over the top to Warwick. Darren Buick is moving for him in centre field, but Warwick goes for distance. Down towards Bradmore. Superb kick. Superb kick by Warwick finds Bradmore.
Well, we've seen 8 minutes of hectic play without a goal being scored, and Phil Bradmore with a chance to put West Perth further in front. They lead by 3 points at the moment.
23.5 minutes played. Phil Bradmore in deliberately. Kick is on its way. It's touch and go. It's go.